Good morning. Happy Saturday. I am just jumping on a couple minutes early because my Facebook looks a little bit different and I'm making sure that I'm in the right orientation. So give me a second while I sort that out. Tech difficulties of the morning. But welcome. As you pop on, say hello. Let me know you're there. Oh, I do look like I'm in the right orientation. Okay, well, everything's all fine and dandy then. Facebook has just altered things around again. Shocker, right? Put that there so you don't get such a glare. Okay, I think we're good to go. I always worry and be in the wrong orientation. That's just annoying, isn't it? So good morning. How's everybody's Saturday? Are you going to create along with me today? Or are you just going to watch and chatter and hang out? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing. What's going on in your neck of the woods today? I'll just have a sip of my Baileys and tea. Cheers, everyone, to Saturday. We've made it. We've survived another week. Maybe. All right. I think we've got everything in the right area. So like I say, if you're out there and have hopped on and want to say hello, go ahead in the comments. Good morning, Carla. So we're going to play with sending hugs today, and it might be one that you have forgotten about because it is out of the annual catalog. So this bad boy right here, it's on page 19. It comes with dies and a stamp set, which has got some great little sentiments, and they're little. I'll show you them in a minute. And then some great dies that coordinate over top. And today's card I've also paired up with the Biggest Wish on page 63. I love this sentiment set. It's nice and bold, and the written and the mixed font. I love to use that on a lot of cards, which you've probably seen. So those are two sets that we're going to revisit in the annual catalog because it is going to go away soon, and you're going to want to not forget about some favorites that you have in there that you may have in your stash. Also, I want to bring attention. I have posted it at the top of my Facebook feed. Change is Beautiful, which is the new paper pumpkin kit coming. And you have until April 10th to sign up for it. It looks very intriguing, so I'm definitely going to get this one and see what it's all about. But it's perfect for sharing support and excitement for new chapters like graduation, new careers, retirement, and more. So definitely something to consider looking at, and it should be fun, I think. All right, who else has hopped on? I see a few little eyeballs out there. Good morning, Valerie. How's the weather in your neck of the woods? You always have better weather than me. All right, so here's the card we're going to create today, and we're going to do a masking technique, which is something I don't think I've done with you before, so it might be something new, it might be something that you've done many, many times, but it's kind of fun to do. And the reason why I've done the masking technique is because I wanted to make a birthday card. But as you can see, this stamp set is quite large, and it has the word hugs in the center of it. So you'll see in the red rubber that it's got hugs there. And then it's got all these extra cute little greetings. So like they are very small. So they're perfect to layer onto this backdrop. So if you do hugs and kisses, which I think is on one of the samples I'll show you, hugs from all of us, so you can add those little sentiments into this background and make it fun. And then the dies have a cutout that obviously cuts out and layers on top of that, which is very nice. It has the letters hugs, so you can layer on top of these afterwards as well. It's got a great little tulip, so the tulip here, it's got some little die cuts as well. It's got the leaf here as well. So it's got a die cut that cuts that out. It's got the little sentiment pieces that match up perfectly with the sizing that you get here. And then it's got sort of an open leaf, which will be on one of my samples today, or it will be in one of the samples that goes on my page on Wednesdays. So some great options there. Today we're just going to use the stamp set on our card, but some of the other samples do have those layering elements of the dies. Good morning, Rhonda. Very wet and cold here. Yeah, you guys are getting all the rain. We're supposed to get snow again today, so we shall see. I think it was supposed to happen yesterday too, and it did not. So, you know, spring's still, what, a week away, I think. So I'm just going to mount that onto my stamp and get that ready to use. And what else do I need to tell you? I think that's about it. Some things on low inventory that may be sort of regular things to you right now. The thick basic white cardstock is on low inventory, mini dimensionals, and the Seal Plus refill. Right now, the Seal refill cartridges, sorry, I was looking for the word, the ones that fit inside your dispenser here, this Stampin' Seal, it is not orderable right now. Shipping of the world, friends. So I would suggest when it does come back in stock, if you're running low, that you want to stock up when you can, because we don't know when it's going to go back into not orderable at any time, really. It can happen at any time right now. So obviously people have switched over to the Seal Plus refills, and so that's why they're on low inventory right now. So it is what it is, my friends. We just have to deal with it, right? All right. It's raining and 5 degrees, no wind. Well, that's not too bad, I guess, Valerie. Could be worse. Could be snowing like we're supposed to get. All right, so our pieces. I told you to prep a mint macaron, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We've got our Soul Saffron piece, which is our second layer, at 5 1/4 by 4. And then we've got a Whisper White, or sorry, Whisper, I've been doing this lately. Basic White, that was the old name that I keep calling it, at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And it layers very nicely with just a slight border on top of that Soul Saffron. You're going to need a Post-it, so you can either use a big one or you can use a couple little ones, depending on what you've got in your room. And then for blends, we've got Mint Macaron, we've got Daffodil Delight, and we've got Polished Pink for coloring of our flowers. And then what did I do with my inks? There they are. And then I've got Polished Pink ink, and then of course our Memento Black. And then for embellishments, we've got the In Color Jewels, and we've got a gilded gold gems, another tongue twister like those butterfly ones. And that is all you need, all right? So first off, we are going to stamp our sentiment. Now you can do this opposite way around, whatever you're more comfortable with. I'm perfectly comfortable with how I'm going to do this order, but it is up to you what order you want to do it in. Okay, so who's playing along today? Anybody going to create this card with me? Do you have this set? And if you have it, have you used it? Because this was the first time I've used it, friends. Yeek! Hence why I kind of looked through my collection to see what I had sitting around that has not seen ink yet, because that catalog is going to retire, and some of my stamp sets need some love. Do you guys have that, where you buy something, think have good intentions for it, and then you don't use it, sometimes for years? So I'm bad like that. I must have everything all at once. So I've just kind of picked an area where I wanted to stamp that greeting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Post-it note. So these larger ones are better because they actually cover the full width of your card front. And you'll want to basically just use a line on your grid paper, or just some lined paper even if you don't have the grid paper, and just sort of line that up straight across so that it looks straight. You don't want a crooked looking card. And then we're just going to ink up. I'm just sort of not doing the whole thing. I'm doing the top because I'm just doing the top layer right at the moment. And then hopefully I can line this up good because I can't see the top of it. You just got your lazy butt out of bed, so no problem. Oh, you're funny, Valerie. The dog had us up at 7:30, I think it was. So, sorry, getting ahead. So that's basically just created that nice line that I want. And I'm just going to flip it over because this is the easiest way I find. And I've got ink on my hand somewhere, so I'm mucking it up, but that's okay. And then I am just going to basically just use a line on my grid paper or whatever you're using. And then I'm going to ink up the bottom half of my stamp. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. And I'm going to close this and just grab a quick wipe from my hands because I don't know where I'm picking up black, probably off the lid. It's always important to clean off your lids so it kind of gets that muck around the edge. So I just take a baby wipe and wipe around it. And then chances of you running into getting your fingers in it are a little bit slimmer. Same thing, you can take and run it around the base, and then you just avoid possibly putting your fingers in it. All right, so we'll remove our Post-it note, and you can reuse it, or you can chuck it away. You just got up too, Carla? Well, I appreciate you ladies joining me just as you've gotten up. Are you having a cup of tea or coffee or something while you are watching? And what are the plans for the day now that you're up and ready to rock the world? So I'm just going to take my mint macaron and I'm going to color in. I probably should have done some of these ahead of time, but I'll color really quick. Tea for you. Good choice, Valerie. Yeah, so as I was saying, the dog had us up at 7:15. Oh, he's such a lovely little boy. And then, we get up and we make our coffee, teas, and whatever beverage choice. And then, he settles in on the couch and goes back to sleep. Like, okay, my people are up. I can get on with my day. You're having crafty time in this rainy weather. Good choice. Whoops, coloring the wrong thing. Good choice, Carla. I have been cranking out Bailey's and Tea content, so getting ahead and planning out and making card samples for you all that I can share. And I've also been working on Easter. Can you believe it? Yes, I am doing Easter content already. But I'm having fun doing it, so I won't complain. And then I've got St. Patrick's Day stuff planned up for the week as well. So stay tuned for some shenanigans going on there. But having fun, that's what it's all about. You're going to ride your indoor bike. Oh, you've been doing a lot of miles on that bike. Good for you, Val. What kind of bike is it? Do you have like a Peloton or is it just a regular old hook-up stationary bikey sort of mechanism in your house on a bike you already own? Do tell. I would like to know. I have like a roadster bike, so it's not like one of those old-fashioned little one with the basket on the front and all that, so it's not really conducive to riding for exercise, I guess you would say. And I'm not much of an exerciser. I run around all day. Last thing I want to do is exercise. So I'm just taking the darker mint macaron and just doing the shading naturally where the stamp set has already got it, which is the fantastic part about our stamp sets, is that they take the guesswork out of it for you and you can just do it how you like. Hopefully this is not too boring to watch me color here. I'm going as fast as I can. It's an Amazon special exercise bike. We had an elliptical and we sold it. Oops, I think I'm using the wrong one. No, I'm using the light. Not that I used it. My husband used it, but thinking of getting a different piece of equipment. Oh, I'm coloring the wrong flowers here. Can't chat and color today, apparently. Really, you can color these whatever color you want. I kind of was just trying to mimic what I did on the first one. But kind of mucking it up, friends, but that's okay. It'll still look good. Happy accident to make it look however I want, right? Oh, perfect. I know the Peloton seemed to be a big thing. I don't know if worldwide or just out here, but a lot of people that I'm friends with online during COVID got Pelotons. I guess you got to do something, right, when you're locked inside the house. But yeah, like I say, I'm not a big exerciser, so good on you all. You included, Valerie, that do it for yourselves. You need to have the TV so you can watch Netflix and whatnot. See? Any good Netflix shows anybody's watching? We finished up a few, so we're looking for new ones. Always open to suggestions. While I craft, I watch sort of goofy television, so... Oh, I haven't posted my picture yet. The craft room here, this craft studio, got a nice big, I don't even know what size it is, the box is gone, but a big new TV. I think my old one was like a 32-inch, so pretty tiny, and it was hard to see from where it was. Oh, I watched Inventing Anna last week, Carla. It was great. I love it. I love that character, to see her in such a different light from the Ozarks. I don't know the actress's name, but oh, she was awesome. I like it. Hey, Len. Long time no see. And I was watching, the second season, I think it is, of You. It's not as good as the first one. The first one had me hooked. This one I really haven't been paying much attention to. So I've just layered all those layers together and completed the card, obviously. As we were chatting, I didn't tell you what I was doing, and I have to find my embellishment. Here they are. So our in-color jewels, I picked the pink and the yellow. Now I like to mix up my stuff, and I don't have a take your pick tool here, so I'll just use my scissors. I must have moved it and didn't bring it back over here. So I'm going to use yellow, but I think it's pale papaya. It just looks yellow to me. And I'm going to use a polished pink one. So don't be afraid to mix up your embellishments, because it kind of creates a different look. I can't even use these scissors. Come on. I could turn around and just grab my take your pick tool, but you know, that'd be too easy, right? Work's getting in the way. Oh, I hear you, Lynn. That's my nemesis is work. I want to craft. I don't want to work. But I gotta work in order to pay for the crafts. I'm gonna put that there because I got a little black spot, so I'm gonna hide it. So it's a little trick. It's just a happy little accident for embellishments, right? And then I'm gonna use one gold gem just because I think it's fun. You could add more if you wanted to. I am teaching Glenda to mix it up, yeah, coming out of her comfort zone and mixing it up. She's doing a great job at it. I love it. It's one of the artisans that does it a lot. Tammy Wilson or Tammy Hewitt, I think is her last name. They do a lot of that. It might be Tammy Wilson. They do a lot of that, cutting down their ribbon into like half, so it's more of like an eighth of an inch than say a 3/8 of an inch width, and she does a lot of mixing, or one of them does a lot of mixing of different embellishments and stuff like that, and I think it's really cool. So I've kind of caught on to that. I didn't grab an envelope, so I'm not going to do one, but you guys know what to do with your envelopes. I would just kind of match it with the corner of the leaves and stuff like that or something, or use the little tulips out of the stamp set or something, or even the little leaves, and just embellish that way. But I will skip that. Yes, work helps pays for the crafting, definitely. So that is the card recreated. I think I did it pretty good, other than a few little mix-ups. I got a little green on my tulip there, but that's okay. So pretty cute, easy way to mask off, and then it kind of gives you that rough edge, which looks really cool too. Kind of creates like almost like you tore it, but not really. So easy, quick card if you want to take the hugs out of it and just use the flowers that are around it. So my quick little masking technique. So this one is done by Hammond and Penny, and using the die cut that comes in the set that you'll see the hugs in the middle. So what she's done is she's taken this is from the picture this dies. She's taken one of those cutouts and she's put it over the hugs so you don't even see it. And then stamped in the tulips, and these are just fussy cut. I fussy cut them forgetting that there's actually a die that cuts out those tulip tops, but they were easy enough to fussy cut. And then the torn paper here, so we just talked about that looking torn. She just added a layer of the torn. And then you'll see in the background that whole big stamp that we use today, this one here, is stamped in the background with the mint macaron, just to give it a little bit of layering, and then the painted textured embossing folder back there. So this is kind of cute. This one would be really cute as an Easter card as well. So this one's fun. This paper is retired, but you may still have some in your stash. It's that black and white hand penned, or hand petals, I think it was called. Just kind of using that as a backdrop. And then I've die cut out of that rose gold metallic paper the hugs die, and then just pop dotted that up to give it a bit of dimension onto the card front. Simple, easy, like quick and easy card, and then just added a couple of the hexagon embellishments just to make it look cohesive in the black and the white. You could even put some white dots on there too if you wanted to mix up your what's the word I'm looking for? Mix up your embellishments, essentially. I can't talk today. And then this one is sort of similar, just doing that full stamped and coloring it in. This probably will be an Easter card. I will just sort of add the little words Easter in the corner there. And then the stitched leaves die in the background, and just some soft Eastery, springy colors. I started off, I think this is the first one I made out of the ones that samples I made, just to kind of get in the Eastery, springy mood, and then just sort of went on from there. So that is, and then I've mixed up too, the soft succulent and the pale papaya, or yellow, whichever. They look yellow on this card, so I just went with it. mixing those up as well. And then the bumblebee ribbon. The stitch layered or stitched leaves die is not orderable right now as well. So if you don't have it, you're going to have to wait for that to come back in stock. So that is my few little samples I have for you. Obviously, I will have some more on, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday at 11 is usually when they get posted. So anybody have any questions on what we created today? Any other stories to tell me? TV shows I need to watch? I'll be doing some more crafting today. I'm working on the next batch of what we're going to make. I'll tell you a few more promotions going on. The Savings in Bloom. So I got, if you haven't seen the little mini embosser, I actually got one so that I can do demos live. Is it not the cutest? I have to name it. What's a good name for it? And then it pops out on both sides, same as our big one. It needs a name. I don't know what I'm going to call it. You guys put your suggestions in the comments and let me know. And so you get it for $65.50 and you get all the plates and everything that you need to use it right off the bat. So you don't need anything extra. You'll get that and you'll be ready to go. I recommend getting an extra set of cutting plates though, just because with shipping and all the world's things, not that you go through them fast, but it's always good to just have them on hand, extra, ready to go when yours do get a little bit rough. And so what I do is I use one for strictly cutting as my top plate, and then I use one, or sorry, as my bottom plate, so the dies go against that. And then my top one stays nice and clean. And then I have my spare ones so that I use them when I'm using my embossing folder. So there's no die cuts in the plates or anything like that. So that's why I always get an extra set. And then there's a bunch of dies on sale that work with the mini that you can get as well. And that's on till the end of March. And then there is the Waves of the Ocean, which is going to go till May. So this is a early release from the new catalog that's coming out in May. And the paper, I haven't got it yet. I will get it eventually. Sometimes it just takes me a while for them to catch on and sink into my brain, see a bunch of samples, and then I want it. And then all together is another one with those natural tone blends that are available now. The only thing is that some of them are not available right now. They're due back April the 4th. So you can mark that on your calendar if you did want some. The deep and the medium deep, so 4 and 5 here, are on low inventory right now. And then the other 3 you can't get right at the moment. So April 4th, they're due back. And I think that's it, friends. I kept you up to date, told you all the goods, and I'm so happy that you joined me today. If you made the card along with me or something similar, if you don't have the set, definitely post it. We all want to see what you've created and share, or you can post tomorrow on Share It Sunday and then hashtag it with Share It Sunday so that it's easy to find. If someone's looking for ideas, they can go on the page and have a look. But I am off to get some housework done and some more crafting. And thank you, ladies, for tuning in. And I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Paper hugs.